Saurian Starhost, we're back. We're going to do special rules, we're going to do core units, we're probably going to do spells. Let's do special rules first. Alright, special rules, starting with Assault Bomb. Once per game when this model moves over enemy units, pick one of them, roll dice. On a 2-up, they take 3 hits with an AP of 1. This is a literal bomb being held by pterodactyls that have helmets being ridden by small lizards who also have full sci-fi gear. Bait. Before the game, pick an enemy. All models with this special rule get +2 to hit in melee against it. Pick a target, make it easier to hit. Beacon. Friendly units using ambush may ignore distance restrictions from enemies if they are deployed within 6 inches of this model. That's a good way to surprise somebody who knows you got ambush stuff. Deep Strike. Gets ambush. Devour. Whenever this model attacks, roll dice. On a 6+, target takes +1 wound. Takes an additional wound. Good Shot. They hit on a 4-up. Heavy Shield. Attacks targeting the unit where all models have this rule count as having an AP of -1. Reducing your enemy's AP, always a good stuff. Pack Hunter. Once per activation, before attacking, pick one other friendly unit within 12 inches, which may be moved up to 6 inches. Predator. For each unmodified roll 6 to hit when attacking, this model gets +1 attack with that weapon. This rule does not apply to newly generated attacks. Primal Roar. Once per activation, pick 2 units within 6 inches with Predator, which may re-roll extra attacks on unmodified rolls of 5 or 6 next time they attack, making that easier to get those Predator attacks. Shield Wall. Model gets +1 defense against non-spell attacks. Always a good. Teleport. Once per activation, before attacking, place this model anywhere within 6 inches. Vicious Attack. This model gets Furious. If it already has Furious, it gets extra hits on a 5 and 6 instead of just on a 6. Will of the Gods. This model and its unit get AP +1 in melee or shooting. Pick one. We then have our spells. We currently have 2 of each of the 3 levels of spells. We have Scrutiny. Target enemy within 12 gets -1 to hit next time it fights in melee. Serpent Egg. Target enemy unit in 12 takes 3 hits. Energy Reservoir. Target 2 friendly units in 12. They get +2 anytime they advance or +4 anytime they charge or rush. Jaguar's Pounce. Target enemy models with 12 inches take 2 hits at AP of 4. Piranha Swarm. Target 2 enemies within 9 take 6 hits each. And Transcend. Target 2 friendly units within 18. They get regeneration next time they take a wound. Geckos. They're lizard boys with shields and pistols. It is amazing. They don't have the greatest to hit, but when they do hit, they hit like a truck. Those pistols are sitting at AP of 4. They have the option to add a backpack. They have the option to replace their close combat weapons with shields, which allow them to bash, which isn't as good, but does give them the shield wall rule. Now we have the Saurian Warriors. A little step up from our Geckos. We don't have that awesome pistol. We now have regular pistols, but a common upgrade form includes the carbine, which is your more standard rifle weapon. You have you can replace one of the pistols, one of the 2 that you have, one pistol in a squad, with a spike shooter, a shock charger, a flamer, or a blast gun. So you got a lot of variety in how you want to do them. And if you have a little bit extra, you can give them all the carbines, and now they go from having a 12-inch range with an okay attack to an 18-inch range with an additional attack. So decent chaff units, but nothing super great. All right, next up we have our chameleons. Again, we have lizards in armor hiding in trees with camouflage. It is fantastic. They're a good shot. They're fearless. They have scout. They have stealth. They have strider. They have poison weapons by default. You can give them explosive so that their AP in melee goes way up. So now they just explode in melee. It's fantastic. And you can also give them an advanced locator, which will give them the ability for beacon so that they can help other things ambush. We also have these guys, which are listed as chameleon chiefs, but I don't see a profile for them. So I guess if you just wanted to be able to designate somebody the leader of a unit, these guys are pretty cool. All right, next up in our list, we have the Guardians. Now, the Guardians are 3 quality, 3 defense, fearless predator. They've got 5 hammers in the squad of 5, each with 2 attacks at AP2. You can replace 1 hammer with a hammer that has 1 attack but blast. You can upgrade them with shields. You can also replace all the hammers with maces that also shoot. So you get a 12-inch AP1 2-attack mace shot to go along with your attack 2 mace. So that way, if you don't want them to hammer things, you can have them mace things, and you can even have them mace things from 12 inches. This is, again, it is everything I needed. It looks like they're Triceratops bred warriors, like they look like amalgamations of Triceratopses with their little tri-horns, and they're carrying around giant fuck you hammers. It's just... So we actually have a variation of the geckos next with the gecko snipers. Now, they are still quality 5, defense 5, fearless strider, but they all come equipped with sniper rifles now. It's 30-inch range, 1 attack, 1 AP, and they have the sniper rules, so they're hitting on 2s. It is a fantastic little unit to set up somewhere and just snipe the hell out of people. They are scouty lizards with sniper rifles. So I'm going to cover 2 with this part. We have the Deinonychus Riders, which are quality 5, defense 5, fast, fearless strider. They have those really gnarly shock pistols. The 12-inch AP4 1 attack, but they hit on 5, so it's kind of a wash as far as I'm concerned. You can replace the shock pistols with shock lances and shields. The lances are 2 attacks at AP4, so it's a little better odds that you'll get something out of them. You can also replace them with bashes and shields, which is just... I mean, I guess if you need something to grab something halfway through. And we're going to put that with the Raptor Riders, because as far as I can tell, we have Raptor Rider miniatures, which are these guys, but we don't have actual models for the Deinonychus, the other riders. So the Raptor Riders, which are quality 4, defense 3, come out the gate with pistols and close combat weapons, but they have Devour, Fast, Fearless, Predator. You can swap them out for spike pistols, which gives you the AP2 and rending, and you can replace them on a 1-to-1, so if you have an extra 5 points, you can do that. You can replace any of the close combat weapons, which is always the preference for when you're doing units like this, so you can have what you need and not have a bunch of extra. You get the Power Claw, Spear, or Mace, so you can get 2 attacks with AP1 and rending, 2 attacks with Lance, or 2 attacks with AP4, depending on how much you have to spend. And again, now we have like a cavalry unit, and it's it's like the lizardmen riding lizards, and everybody's armored and has space weapons. It is... All right, next up we have our Dactyl Riders, which is lizards riding pterodactyls with long-range weapons and bombs. It just keeps getting better. So they're fast, they're flying, they're fearless, they have an impact of 2, so that's always handy. They count as having a toughness of 3, so you've got 3 of them with 3 toughness each, always good. You can replace shock rifles with additional close combat weapons and energy shields. You can replace them with shock pistols and energy shields. You can turn at least one of them into a Ripjaw or a Petro breed, which gives it bait or assault bomb, and you can upgrade all of them with ambush under Sky Assault. Neatly enough, the Ripjaw ones actually have their own variant model, so that's always fun to see. Now this is the model that made me look into this range. Granted, you can put knuckles on them, but I think the knuckles look dumb. I can let the shock pistols go because they at least have a function, but the knuckles look dumb. But these claws, man, these claws look amazing. And you can also have just them being without anything, just their raw hands, because they're gators and they're awesome. So they bash and they bludgeon, but you can replace the bludgeons with heavy shooters, which are your shooty guys, your power claw, your power knuckle. Now, that's neat. What really makes these guys, though, is you can put missile pods on them. How amazing. So we have a couple left, and we're going to do them in the next video, so stay tuned.